Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Joe Z Collectibles. We're with J Cards and Rico Suave.
Whoa!
You know what I
Hey,
mean? Rico
yeah.
Suave's in the mix. Hey, what's up? Welcome, guys. We're back together, man.
Hey,
Guys, yeah.
thanks. Yep.
Long time no see.
Perfecto.
Yep. I'm back from my little camping trip.
Yeah. You know. How about you,
My
Rico?
PTO.
Where you been at?
Yeah.
Your
That
PTO.
PTO, yeah.
Oh, you're back. Yeah, you didn't miss the last show.
I'm
The
out.
ratings
I'm
were-
out for the rest of the season, though. Or out.
No,
the rest of
no.
the
The
season.
ratings were down when we were out. I think you are the star, dude. I think you are the star.
I
Ratings
don't
were
know,
down.
Dude, everybody's been recognizing Enrique.
Oh,
Nobody even
dude.
knows who we are.
Enrique, dude, when we go
You're
out,
the balancer.
when we go out, people are like, Enrique, do you love me?
Are you riding?
Dude, I'm like, Enrique. You know what I mean? I got to start being his bodyguard at shows. You
He's
know?
the cute little kid that we have on the show, you know?
Right? Yo. But I want to make a quick announcements to the viewers real quick, man. I know some of our podcasts, you know, we're shooting at the hip. I mean, it's not kind of hard to tell, right? But but we got producers now. We're making that money, and we're getting structured. You know what I mean? And for going forward, man, we should be a lot more, you know, tied to the hip now. And now we're gonna be on cue on set. But we need your guys' help too. So give us some feedbacks, drop some comments. You know, subscribe. Also, do reviews, negative or positive. We need reviews on Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, YouTube. We need reviews to see how we're doing. You know what I mean? Bash us if you want. We take it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Tell us
We're
what
not,
we suck at.
Exactly. We're not soft. All right, Enrique? We're not soft, right?
No, we can handle it. We take those notes. We need it.
We like
helps.
plushies, like with look like Pikachu. You know what I mean? We're grown men. You know? No, man,
Add
it's all
in
good.
a hat. Add in a
Throwing that
jersey.
TCG knowledge back in there.
Hey, I'm getting good, dude. I'm getting good. My TCG
there you go,
knowledge
yep.
is going up, you know?
Yeah.
But it's all good. All right, go. All right,
Well,
man.
speaking of that, I think we should just jump into the first segment then, where we talk about our sports news. I was kind of going to bring this up with you. I know it was probably harder last week with Enrique since he's not too much of a sports guy. NFL preseason. Have you been watching any of it?
Dude, my Niners are 1-1. They lost against Tennessee, but won against the Chargers. Who knows, right?
Mhm.
But our rookie, Dijon Scriblin, that second rounder is looking mighty good. I haven't watched around the league, to be honest with you, you know, because, you know, obviously us three have been on the road, going to shows and hitting the ground promoting our show, actually. So I'm just poking in on the ESPN app here and there. How about you, brother? How's your team, actually?
I mean, we're all right. We beat the Cardinals in the Hall of Fame game, so that was all right. Haynes King looked fairly good. He's our undrafted rookie quarterback that we have. He's our third string behind Kenny Pickett. Second week didn't look too well against the Bills, but we didn't play a lot of our starters, so that was understandable. And then this week we destroyed the Jaguars. So, but I mean, it's all preseason. Like, who's really taking preseason serious?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I mean, for the viewers that don't know, that's tuning in for the first episode. Josh is talking about the Carolina Panthers. He is
Yep,
the Carolina fan,
Panthers.
so.
But the only things that I really have been watching other than my team for preseason was I've been trying to figure out if the Raiders are going to be good with Fernando Mendoza. He looked decent in his first game. Second game, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but he did have
pick six?
He threw one touchdown, but to the other team. So, but staying with that Raiders, there was some news that came out of the Raiders camp today. Good old Ashton Genty might have injured his ACL. I don't know if you saw that or
that
not.
sucks. No,
Yeah,
I didn't see it. You text me, but I was like, what?
Yeah, that came out just maybe a couple hours ago. Yeah, he tried to dive for a football. Kirk Cousins threw it low. Freaking my boy Kirk out here just hurting his new team already.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, he
I
dove,
wonder if they're going to
dove
blame
low.
Kirk.
Maybe, but it's like, I don't know. I'm sure they'll play into another thing of AstroTurf destroying people. and why they need regular grass.
Yep. They weren't in Vegas then, right? Because I think Vegas don't have outfield.
They were probably at their practice facility for whatever wherever they play preseason. I don't know where the Raiders camp is.
Yeah. I think it's in Vegas.
Is it in Vegas? It's probably right next to Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean preseason. That's all I really know. I don't watch too much.
Speaking of preseason, say on preseason, what about these rookies that can go back to the college? Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about that.
Okay, so it's a big thing right now. So the rookies that are going to get cut, there's I think if the judge
they're still eligible
to go back to college, and
they can go back.
One of them, I think one of them signed to LSU. I forgot. I think it was a receiver. I forgot which one, but they can go back.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't.
It does make sense because the thing used to be that if you made any sort of money, that you weren't considered amateur anymore, so you couldn't play in college. But now with the NIL, I mean, they're making money. So what's the difference between NIL, where they probably made more money in college than they did on their being drafted in the 7th round contract? You know what I mean?
But yeah, so I don't know, man. It's all. I think this all started around like the COVID era too, like where people set out and that jacked that up, and led into this, and then everyone getting paid and stuff. So it's a hoopla, know.
Speaking of NIL and college football's coming back soon. We're only a couple weeks away.
Go Trojans!
I know you're going down to USC, going to the Coliseum to watch them take on Fresno State. Yep.
We're gonna watch them take on the Red Wave, and let's go ahead and whip that butt. Tap that booty. It should be over by the end of the first quarter. I think Fresno will have this at kickoff, and that'll be it.
Are they gonna win? Are they gonna win their? Are they gonna win it all this year? Yeah.
USC?
No, not Pac-12. USC's not a Pac-12 anymore.
Oh, no, my bad. USC did. I think, dude, I don't know, man. Those, ACC teams and, the Big Ten, we're in the Big Ten, but yeah, it's tough, dude. But
Even
I
though
think
there's
they're going to be
20
up there.
teams in that
right?
thing now.
I think they're going to be up there. I see us in the playoffs, we probably get the chip, the natty, go out there. So hopefully.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about those Hurricanes, dude?
Yeah, I think the only game that's on our schedule that I'm maybe worried about is we have to go to Notre Dame and play against them. Other than that, I don't even think anybody else we play is ranked. So it should be a pretty easy schedule. So
yeah.
But you know what? I say that, but Miami has found a way to lose like 1 or 2 easy games every year.
Sleepers.
Yep. So we'll see. I mean, the offense is supposed to be better than it was last year. It's supposed to be on the level of like Cam Ward offense. And then the defense is just killing it. So we'll see. They might be the team to beat in college football. But I don't know. Everybody's probably going to say, no, it's Texas. Or no, it's Ohio State.
LSU, those guys, they're always in the freaking...
Anybody out of the SEC or the Big Ten, pretty much.
That's why they're always drafted number 1, dude. Those guys are just they're NFL ready, dude.
Yep,
that's the thing. You know what I mean?
Dude, draft. You're talking about drafts. Look at it. We're rolling into each thing we're talking about now.
Because we got producers.
Drafts, are you doing a... Yeah. He's telling us like, hey, that was a good one. Fantasy drafts. Do you do any fantasy football?
I don't do fantasy. I played one year. No, dude, believe it or not. I'm I don't play. I never got into it. It's just not, I did it 1 year but I didn't know how to play. So I picked all the Niner players.
Yeah, you probably didn't do too well.
Dude, and then we had a bye week, and then, I didn't want to throw them on the, Yeah, dude, yeah. I didn't, no, I never got into it, man. I do DraftKings a little bit here and there, but, that's like, oh, Joe Burrow needs to run for 2 yards, you know what I mean? It's an easy one, but.
Dude, it was funny. we have a group chat going for one of our fantasies, and everybody just talks shit, right? They're like, "Hey, who's taking this defense first overall or something?" Like, because it's bad. Like, you're never gonna take defense overall. You're gonna take a running back or wide receiver. But they were like, "Oh, Josh, you gonna take a defense first overall?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll take the Niners defense if it comes with those 5G towers." that
up.
shit's unstoppable.
It's executing everyone.
Yeah,
Dude, the poor fans, they don't even feel it because they're all drunk.
dude, yeah.
You know?
But I was gonna say Enrique, because I understand why it could be harder for you because you're a fan of a team, not a fan of this. You might be a fan of the sport, but you're more of a fan of the team. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
What is going
Now
on
you're hating
here?
on me now, Josh. Hating
I
on
don't
me.
think the funny thing is like when you watch this back, you can't hear what's going on in Enrique's house. So it just looks like we're talking randomness going on, but Enrique sounds like he's in a goddamn airplane hangar right now
It's a swamp cooler though.
with a B 747 just engine right in my ear.
He's all like this, bringing him in.
Yeah. But I was going to say, Enrique, for you, fantasy football might actually help you with learning the sport because you're not really focused on a team with fantasy football. You're focusing on individual players, which helps you learn each team, and you kind of watch more games than because you say you're a Packers fan, right? You'd probably only really watch the Packers game, and then you're like, all right, I'm done for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
But with fantasy, yeah. With fantasy, what you're doing is you're like, well, I got this player on this team. I got this player on this team. So now you're watching multiple games to figure out if your players are doing good. And it just helps you grow your knowledge of that sport. So if you're thinking about really getting into learning sports, I wouldn't jump into a paid fantasy league or anything crazy, but
the casual, something like
just something free,
you know what?
something to learn.
Since you're always gambling, there's apps you can bet on certain players. I know you'll pick up fast because you have money on the line and you're a gambler. So
that's true.
So
yeah,
and
For
you
the love
win
of the game.
Yeah.
Well, if you pick the right players, you win.
That too, but you got like you said, you got to watch and then learn from there.
Yep. So I mean, it's always good. It definitely helps because you're watching. Like I said, you're watching more than one team, and you're kind of picking up on other stuff. But we'll kind of segue out of sports, and we'll get into stuff that you actually know, Enrique. That will go into TCG news. One thing that I'm not 100% on that is actually going on, but it looks like it might be happening, is do you think Pokemon is doing a massive restock right now?
I've been hearing about that. Mostly the retails are restocking.
Yeah. It's been crazy.
Yeah, and so I don't know how that's gonna affect it overall because then they have new rules, they break the seals is what I'm hearing. I don't know if they're doing that for all of them.
So that's what's interesting, right? Because they're saying oh, we're going to cut the plastic on the ETBs so they can't be resold technically.
Yeah.
But how do they do that on the hangers, on the packs? You're not going to rip the cardboard open to take the pack out, are you?
I don't think they're going to do it on the packs. I think they're only going to do it on the boxes.
Yeah. But I tried looking it up because I was like, oh, that would be smart to just flood the market with product to try to get rid of these scalpers. I can't find anything that they're actually doing a massive restock, but every time we go to Target or something, dude, there's Pokemon everywhere now. But it's only been really the more recent sets Pitch Black and what's the other one? Chaos Rising.
Which, it's funny you bring up, it's the more recent sets. If I recall, during little after COVID, maybe towards the end of COVID, they were actually doing the opposite. They wouldn't stock the latest. They would stock a couple sets back. Okay. So it's interesting that they flipped that now.
Yeah. And then kind of staying with the Pokemon theme, did you see how many people were mad at the pre-sales, the online pre-sales for the 30th anniversary set?
Oh, yeah, it's insane.
What were they mad about?
Well, so if you went to like Target, GameStop, I think even if you went
Sam's
to
Club?
like, yeah, like Sam's Club, I want to say even on like the Pokemon, like the Poke Center thing, they were doing pre-sales for the newest set coming out, and people were botting so bad that they were sold out of their stock within seconds.
Yeah, so then even the people that waited in line is you just have someone come out and be like, "Sorry, we're completely sold."
Yeah, so like people, I was literally watching videos of people that were refreshing, clicking on it where it says available stock, and then before they could even get to the checkout screen, it would say no longer in stock, because that's how fast these things were selling.
Oh yeah, the bots.
Yep. So it was like, I don't know. I mean, that's a thing. That's not just with Pokemon. Even
Just
when
in
Riftbound
general.
first came out, that was a thing. I don't know if Magic is like that. I don't follow Magic like that.
Magic, sometimes it happens. It depends on the set. But, I mean, that's always been kind of the ongoing issue. Even smaller card shops, the way they try to mitigate that is they'll have the latest stock and they'll say you have to be there physically to get it.
Yeah. But that's hard with like online pre-sales, especially if you're trying to get it through like one of these major retail stores. So I don't know how that'll ever be combat.
That's like just a long-term thing, sadly.
Yeah. Other than people just don't want this product anymore.
But that does lead to one of the things you mentioned the last podcast of like Riftbound, when you said like people getting the latest set, and now Power World is like just getting insanely like bought out. I've been hearing, was it 400% increases on those sets?
Dude, yeah. I was I guess they even have an error pack or like an error box. Have you
I
seen
heard
that?
about that. Yeah.
Where they spelled Power World incorrectly?
Hmm.
So people are trying to upsell those as like an error box. But yeah, dude, did you see the newest or like their chase card? How much it sold for on eBay recently?
Is that the one that went for like 4Gs?
Yeah, it was like three grand sold on eBay.
Man.
So
That's the Charizard of the what is it?
Yeah, it's like their
Yeah.
Charizard, and then like I mentioned, with the 400% increase, you got to think like a $100 box. 4 times 4 is that, and then it's just insane. If you look at the eBay listings, some of
How
them
much
go
is
into
that as
like
hype,
into
though?
thousands.
Because people are so thirsty to find something
yeah,
else.
and it's the first set. The first sets always come out hot. Like with anything, most of the time, especially with like Riftbound, when Riftbound came out, they didn't. Well, number one, Riftbound was never supposed to come to America. It was only supposed to be a China thing. But everybody was like, dude, I enjoy League of Legends. Why can't this card game come to America? So when they did it, they didn't know how much of following it was going to have, which I don't know why they didn't. So they didn't
got so
print
much for
a
it.
lot of the set one. So with no product, dude, it was ridiculous. People were literally just buying 2 boxes, keep one for themselves, and then upsell the shit out of the other one. And that's probably what Power World's going through right now. But kind of leading back to my hot take that I said a couple podcasts ago, like even then the number one card that was being sold, it's the same one. It was like $1,400 at that time, and now it's selling for $3,000 to $4,000. So like even in a couple weeks, this thing has skyrocketed.
Dang, bro. I'm telling you, it's the craze, bro.
It really
The
is.
FOMO. The FOMO's real.
Yeah.
Yep. But that keeping in that same line of like things increasing, did you see PSA?
Yes, I did.
Dude, they're what is going on with them?
Man.
Dude, what makes me okay? They upped the dates, right, by 10 days more.
No. Not 10 days more.
10 days more. Excuse me. It's
No,
it's
they
30
doubled it, dude.
Yeah, they doubled it. It's 30. It was at 30 to 40. Now it's 70 to 80.
With the
The
current
price
prices still.
the price still the same.
Yeah, it's still $80.
Where does the
But now you're
value of
waiting.
this? Where's the value
Right.
of this?
Like, why are they really just trying?
Where's
I
the
realized
value of this for the consumer?
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I guess it's just once you get the card back, you have to. And what's crazy too is like, is any of this worth it? If you don't get a PSA 10, is this worth it?
I'm telling you, man. PSA is for the rich now, bro. It's for those cards that are
Yeah.
the downtowns, the kabooms, the
Dude, I don't think it's for sports anymore. I literally, dude, with all
like, what do you mean
this,
by that? Like, it's all TCG?
yeah, I think it's literally TCG. Think about it, dude. Before it was okay. I'll send it in for $20 if I wait 6 months. Like if it comes
20
back as
bucks,
a
20
PSA
bucks.
10, right? Yeah. If I get my Jalen Hurts card, my Jalen Hurts downtown comes back as a PSA 10. Like it is what it is. Even if like let's say Jalen Hurts gets hurt during the season while it's still at PSA, if it comes back a PSA 10, you're fine. But now you're paying $80 per card, and you're having to wait. What is 80 business days? That's like six. That's like another 6 months still. I don't know. I don't know the calculations off the top of my head, but I'm assuming it's probably around that time. So
My
now
thing
you're
is
Basically a
paying.
this.
season.
Yeah. So now you're like you're probably going to lose value on your sports cards during that time.
In sports, it's high risk because if you're sending an active player, chances of him tanking or getting hurt are very high.
Yeah. So now you're waiting 6 months. You're paying way more for it. If it doesn't get a PSA 10, is it even worth it? Like, so I don't see sports benefiting off of this. I think it's all TCG going to be the ones that are sending these cards in.
Yes, I just
My
said
thing is
TCG would
this.
get the opposite effect.
Outside of PSA, SGC, and BGS, because PSA owns them, what grading company is going to take the range from them? PSA is like, come and take this. You know what I mean? Is it going to be Tag? Is it going to be CGC? Who is it going to be? Like, there's got to be a grading company that is going to take the range on this, dude, and be the gold standard of the.
So I don't think
the hobby.
I don't think there's anything that's going to dismantle PSA. I think unless PSA completely destroys itself, it's going to be there for a while. What I think is going to happen is there's going to be, you know how CGC is comic books. Like that's the comic book where you send your comic books in to get graded. There's going to be a new grading company for sports, I think, that comes in and takes the reins from PSA. And that's just my take on everything. I think, like, I've seen countless videos now of people saying that they're sending their stuff to SGC, all their sports. I mean, you're not going to get the same resale value, but you're going to get the card back in 3 weeks. And for you're paying less, you're getting it back faster. For I mean, what like an SGC 10's probably. I mean, I don't know. It's depending on the card, but you're not going to lose too much resale value to sending it to SGC versus PSA. So I don't know. I hope it's Tag. I like Tag.
I like Tag a lot. You know what I mean? They don't sponsor the show yet, or us, but I think Tag. I like Tag.
This is our plug.
Yep, I like Tag. I like Tag a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
send us some merch. Send us some merch.
I don't know. Like I said this in the podcast before. I remember when I was a PSA, I was the only one out of my friends groups submitting to PSA, and people were shaming me for that. And now look at PSA. Yep. But
dude, when I first started getting back into Pokemon, back in like 2018, 2017, PSA wasn't the thing. Everybody was chasing those pristine black label Beckett's.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the subgrades in Beckett.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And now look at, so.
Now it's PSA.
Now it's PSA.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But I think that's enough for TCG news. I don't know. I guess it'll segue into the next one. Card shows. We took a couple card shows this weekend. I don't know if we'll throw names out there. I don't know if we're on that level yet, but what did you guys think about the ones we went to this weekend?
So Saturday for me, was it? I did like the lineup of vendors. I did like the venue because it was actually spaces. I didn't have to worry about crowding. AC was pretty on point. And then the cards they had, great. I actually did get let's see, got a hit from there.
Hey,
Yeah,
all wild.
and then surprisingly, I ran into a Yu-Gi-Oh vendor. Which shout out, it's very rare. As long as I can see one, two, something to just add some variety.
Remind me when we talk about the other show, we talked to a vendor who said something about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay,
But
and that was just for the Saturday one. Party, like I said, and the parking was a little all over the place. But on that, once you got in, you're good. Other thing, I think Joseph agrees with me. The card only thing. No
yeah, that
cards.
was weird.
That
You mean the interest
that
fee?
threw me off. Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
other part that was so like random to me.
Yeah. So to tell everybody what he's talking about. So to get into this show, they only were doing cards. It was no cash.
Debit cards,
because-
credit cards.
Yeah, but they tried to blame COVID. They tried to blame COVID
Yeah,
for
The
COVID
why they did
reasoning was
this.
weird, yeah.
It's been over. It's
That
been
was
over for a while. Don't bring that back.
Yeah. We don't need
But-
part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like too big of a hassle, but it was like I took out $20 to take to the show to buy my ticket, and then when you were like, "Dude, it's card only," I'm like, "What? Who does
Yeah.
card only?"
Well, what's
Right.
what's crazy is when I went to go pay, they're like, "Oh, I pulled out my my cash," and they're like, "It's card only." I was like, "Card only?" And I was like, "Oh, they don't trust you guys with the money. I get it, because And then they're like, and that's when they dropped the COVID bomb on me. I'm like, dude, COVID's over, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I was just like, man, I had
Yeah,
it was just.
that's a wild reason.
I think for me, for that Saturday show, man, what's up with these food vendors that are raping, bro? These conventions.
I knew you were
Bro.
gonna bring this up. You
I was
didn't even
waiting
tell
for
me
it. I was-
beforehand, but I knew it was coming.
I was waiting for
Wait,
it.
what happened?
I say you didn't tell me beforehand, but I knew you were bringing this up.
Yeah.
Bro, okay, there's a show that you missed. Me and Rika went. They're selling hot Cheetos, a regular standard bag for $4. Bro, what is
It's
that,
like the
bro?
out of the variety pack from like
No,
Save
the
Mart?
one, the other one.
No, just the
All right?
standard edition.
Yeah, $4, and you open it, it's all air, And then we go to this one Saturday, dude. Water was expensive. I'm like, dude, I'd rather pass out, before I spend $7 on water for a crystal geyser. You know what I mean? And then it's not even the Fuji or the Voss in the glass. It's this crystal
Yeah.
geyser.
Yeah.
But
Hey, it's better than Arrowhead. Dude,
know?
Arrowhead. To me,
You know what?
Arrowhead is the
He
worst
right.
tasting
He's-
water I've ever had in my
Yeah,
life.
it's gross.
so, but other than that, going back to seriousness, the venue was huge. I liked it. It's a lot of space. You can move around at your own will. Again, it was you had sports mixed in with the TCG and the people that sell art. So I don't know. Like again, I can't comment on the layout. It's not our show, so it is what it is. But I like the fact there was a little bit of different vendors, not too much, but I'm running into the same vendors who keep going to shows, which that's cool. I like it because that tells me, one, these vendors are serious about their passion of selling cards, and this is their business, and they trying to take it off, or it is their business. And two, they're about the grind. You know what I mean? They're not afraid to. They don't care if a show brings in X amount of attendees or doesn't bring any attendees. You know what I mean? They're gonna show up with a good attitude. So. I think so. And then, we met the show owner, the organizer, which is a very awesome dude. Shout out to him. But I didn't expect him to be so generous and nice and, showing us great time,
Yeah,
So-
I mean, he spent like 30 minutes of his time to kind of help mentor us on a little bit of things. So it was
Yeah.
it was cool to see. Not
Yeah.
a lot of vendors, not a lot of like show promoters that we see that do stuff like that.
Nah, usually they're trying to kick us three out. They're hating on us.
They
But
said,
we're like,
stop stealing my vendors.
yeah, stop stealing my vendors, stop stealing my crowd. You look around and you're like, we are the crowd. You know what I mean? No, I'm just messing with you. But I'm just joking, JK. People are going to be like, look at these guys. These are all cocky guys, But
Dude, all of our comments that I get on a lot of our videos are, oh, these guys have a podcast. They're just complaining about whatever they want. And then and then you like talk to them a little bit, and then all they do is complain. And half the time I'm like, dang, have you guys thought about starting a podcast?
Hey, like I said, we talked before the show. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. And if you guys don't like this podcast, start your own.
Yeah. But what did you think about today's show, though?
Today for Sunday, we drove out of town, about an hour and 30 minutes, I would say, up north. So we're based out of Fresno, California. So we drove up north, Northern California. I liked it. It was a good experience. That was the first one I did out of town, being based out of California. I thought it was a good turnout. I was more juiced up for that one because, one, it was in different territory.
Yeah.
2, I knew I was going to meet a handful of different vendors.
Yes.
And 3, I'm all about the network. You know how you always say I'm all about the base, but I'm all about the network. So there's inside joke with me and Josh.
That's your bread and butter.
You know what I mean? So I like that show. Again, we ran into one of the event organizers at that show, and dude,
that
down
dude
to
was
earth
legit.
dude.
Yeah,
He was
I like that guy.
showed us very positive, very welcoming. We let him know, like, hey, we're the hobby circuit. We're coming in the game. We're new. Gave us tips and pointers to look out for. Didn't shut the door on us like some vendors out here be doing. And just walk him to the next show. You know what I mean? But shout out to him, So he knows
He knows who he is.
Yeah, he knows who he is if he listens to the pod. And, the Fresno vendor too that's out of town too. So
Dude, you know what kind of got me a little bit though is when you were like, when you were saying, "Hey, you guys collab with anybody?" And he was like, "No, not really." And you were like, "Oh, you heard about this new one? And they're doing big things. It's called the Hobby Circuit." And he's like, "Dude, I don't even know who you're talking about."
Yeah. Hey, I
like,
knew.
"Aw."
Hey, one thing about my boy Josh. Okay, one thing about Enrique and Josh. There's sometimes I be saying some wild things to people. Okay,
We go
but I know these two.
Sometimes.
Okay, most of the time.
Yeah.
But a lot of these people deserve it, bro. The way they be acting. But I know these two will have my back end of the day when things hit. You know what I mean? That's why I feel comfortable saying I'm saying.
Well, once he did it, I was like, "Yo, let him do it. Let him have it. This bit's
Let's let it do it, right?
Yeah.
In my mind, I looked at it like, "Yo, we already did what we did in here. It's the hour left. What did it do? Tell us to leave?"
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
So, but also, what do you think, Josh? I'm gonna throw this out. And to you, Enrique, what do you guys think about some of the vendors that giving us game, giving us some pointers, giving us some
because then
advice?
I don't expect it sometimes, and then there's some people that they have that look where they're like, "I'm not gonna tell you anything," but then they open up and it's like, "Oh, whoa."
Yeah. I mean, everyone's got their own knowledge or wisdom in things. I mean, you take what you think is good from it. You brush aside what you think is bad from whatever. To me, anytime somebody is actually willing to sit down and kind of give us what they think, like, I feel like you always got to take that. Like, you always got to welcome it, and you always got to say thank you. Like, there's stuff that you never even think that you would have thought of. Like, I mean, we ran into one today, and he was kind of giving us pointers on what he thinks makes a successful show as far as vendors. Like, you don't want the lowly nobodies who are just getting in this, buying a bunch of stuff that you would see at a garage sale, but you don't want your whole show full of high-end vendors that are selling $16,000-$20,000 cards. Like, you want to find a good in between. So it's just stuff like that. Like, because I mean, we're probably going to talk about the business in a little bit, but for us with vendors, it's hard to find certain vendors for certain shows. So we're just kind of like, hey, do you want to do this? If you do, like, we're going to make it work. So we don't have the luxury of picking and choosing at the moment, but hearing how he was talking about it, it was like, yeah, okay, like, this makes sense. So yeah,
guys,
I like it anytime.
Other than that, how'd you like the show, Josh?
It was good. I mean, it was definitely more packed. Not packed. Maybe the layout or the building wasn't
like a
as
little
big.
smaller.
Yeah. So it just felt like it was more packed in there. and it was a little bit hotter in there. But ultimately, I mean, every vendor we went to, everybody was cool. I mean, nobody was like, get away from me. You're not buying anything from me. Don't talk to me, type of a thing. And then when we ran into the one of the 5 guys that runs the shows, like he was awesome. So
Dude,
I have nothing to complain about.
you know, going to these guys' turf, you know what I mean? Meaning, like, going to their event and going straight up to them, you know, not shy, and let them know who you are. It can go either way, bro. You know what I mean? Some see it as it's very bad, and some see it as a business opportunity. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
The people that close the door on us, I'm like, why, bro? Like, you know what I mean? I can't, you know, speak for other people the way they think. I know with us in the hobby circuit, we don't close any of those doors. We listen to it. You know what I mean? And then we might not make a deal then. We not come on agreement here, but in the future, maybe. You know what I mean? Or if the time's right, maybe. But for them to for us to slam the door on somebody, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know? So.
And then was it quick fact with that show on today? Real quick. I always like to try and show a quick hit, just the one.
Hey,
Yeah. I also like to provide
your grails. Those your grails. Your trade up challenge.
Dude, I know what I got. What? Those vendors that be lowballing me. Now I got, brother. I saw comps. They're gonna gym.
And then,
Enrique, did you hear about his trade up challenge at the show on Saturday?
On Saturday? I don't think I heard about the one on Saturday.
Dude, so this man, as a joke, started to do his trade up challenge. He started with a dark energy.
At what age?
He says at 40. I don't think he's 40 yet, but he's like, I'm doing a trade up challenge at 40, man. What do you got? So he gives this guy a dark energy. This guy gives him like a hollow Espeon from I don't know what set. And then he carries that around for the rest of the time. And then today, we were talking to this one vendor and we get him to book the show. And Joe pulls out the Espeon. And he's like, hey, what do you got on this? And the guy goes, actually, can I keep this? Because my daughter is a fan of Evolutions. And now I don't have to go find one for her. And Joe's like, yeah, sure, here you go. So his trade up challenge, he went 1 card and then it was done.
There we go.
I gave it to a fan.
Yep.
But it's good.
Hey, I low-key wanted that for my one touchback, bro, because I'm like, bro,
you wanted your... Hey,
because
you get the card, but can I get that back?
Yeah, because I needed another card. I found one. Hey, tell them where I found this one at.
Well, you found that one in the trash.
Yeah.
Dude, I was saying, like, I told him, I was like, dude, that's how you know that was a scalper. Like, this man doesn't care about any of the cards. He threw all of the cards in the trash after he realized there was nothing in there.
Yeah, dude. I know what I got. Those vendors trying to lowball me.
But for those who don't know, we kind of, I tend to scatter a bit just to see, like, what it's like.
Scatter a bit?
Being the regular.
You're
yeah,
lost.
like, I'm just wandering them there lost.
Me and Justin around, we're like, where's this guy?
Yeah, and so sometimes, even when he does his bits, I'm right there. But I, like, blend in so he's not even aware that I'm right there.
Dude, we showed up, and I almost called the police department to come to put a missing child report out there. Like, I was like, where did Enrique go?
So people don't know, Josh and I are always working and networking these events, right? So we go literally, we're like a politician. We go to every single vendor, no matter, we don't discriminate on the vendor. We don't care what you're selling. We're going to at least network with you or introduce ourselves. And Enrique gets in there, and this guy just jets off and does his own thing, which we don't care. You know what I mean? But we never run into Enrique. Enrique runs into us.
Yep.
That's the funniest part.
But it's great because then we can provide both perspectives.
And Enrique
just always his business.
And sometimes when you look, and you can find Enrique because he's always with the mob of people. Yep. If you see a mob of people, 9 out of 10, that's our boy in there.
Well, it's because everybody's recognizing him from this.
Dude,
everybody's like, oh, shit, it's Enrique.
Bro, even people be in our DMs, that guy used to work with us. He's doing big things.
Oh, real quick. So the story that I was going to tell you about we were talking to this one vendor just kind of like shooting it with him. And he started talking about Yu-Gi-Oh. I guess a bunch of people have been coming up asking him if he's got any Yu-Gi-Oh. And he's like, dude, I don't do any Yu-Gi-Oh. So I think people want it at these card shows, but nobody has it. But we told him, like, dude, you know what's funny is you're gonna the one day you finally go out and get a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh to sell, nobody's gonna ask for it. They're gonna be like, well, why do you even have this here?
Right.
Yep.
That's unfortunately the curse. Yep. When you don't have it, they want it, and when you have it, they don't want it.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think we jump into our last segment here. We've been kind of skipping this, and I think it was one of the biggest things that we wanted to do with this podcast was kind of come at it through the business side. That's why it's called the hustle and the hobby. So we're going to talk a little bit about the hobby circuit. Enrique, you can ask questions if you want, or if you have any input. I know it's a little bit different coming from your end than it is mine and Joseph's. Well, kind of the first thing I wanted to talk about was, and we were talking about how we're doing it at these card shows, is getting these vendors to come in. I mean, we're finally getting there. You know what I mean? It's like, I think it was, I mean, I've said this, I think it was just timing, like we were too far away from the show at the time. But we're actually starting to fill up, and damn, it feels pretty good. It makes you feel like we're actually doing this. Like, it's actually getting there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel any differently, Joseph, but
I feel like Kobe in Game 2 when he's 2-0, and then the reporter goes, "How you feel? Job ain't done.
Yep.
Job ain't done." You know,
the job's never going to be done.
It's never going to be done, right? Josh and I, we try to celebrate every win and love the process and the grind, because this is a grind, dude. This ain't easy. Doing promoting or what, you know. But we went out and fished them and got them, you know what I mean, and hustled and networked and kept going to these shows. We went to shows and we got nobody to sign up. Just took our flyer. All right, we get back to you. Not one single. But then we kept grinding and grinding. We just didn't give up, and that's the hustle in it, right? Are you gonna quit when somebody's gonna say no? Are you gonna be that person, or are you gonna go find a way? You know what? I ain't gonna take no for an answer, and that's what Josh and I did, and the help of Enrique. You know what I mean?
And I've seen these guys go at it,
dude.
They do it.
There's sometimes there was awkward conversations with vendors and sponsors. You know what I mean? There was you're gonna have those. That's the nature of the beast, man.
Yep.
But just think about it's gonna make you stronger.
One thing that I was kind of worried about, and what's funny is it hasn't been asked as much as I thought it was going to be, but even the people who have asked haven't really seemed to care too much. And that is these being our first shows. I was expecting everybody to ask, how many shows have you put on? How many people you get through those doors? Those type of questions.
I mean, you hear it time to time.
I mean, we hear it. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't get asked. It doesn't get asked nearly as much as I thought it would. Like, I mean, we might get it every, like, 7th or 8th vendor we talk to, maybe.
And that's not bad.
No. Most people are like, they're just game for it. But even the people that do ask those questions, you kind of, I mean, you just kind of be straight with them, and they're like, you know, I think there's only been a few people that have said no just because of it being our first show. Most people who ask and we tell them that it's our first couple shows, they're like, okay, cool. Yeah. Like we'll grow together. So
yeah, a lot of them I noticed are also some newcomers. So I think the timing of it is good too.
Also too, we got people to sign up just because us two were likable. You know?
People liked us.
Our personality was,
but
yeah, right. Because, I mean, we all got 3 different personalities, you know what I mean? So, literally, we're all different. And people just signed up on the strength just to help us to see us grow. And we appreciate those vendors. And we know, and we remember who they are, you know what I mean?
Yep. We'll take care of them as much as they take care of us. So
exactly. So
I will say with if anybody is ever thinking about starting your own card shows or any of that, I think these first couple of shows it's been bigger to get out to your other card show events. That's been more useful to get vendors in than hitting people up on social media. So if you're definitely thinking about doing this, don't skip that aspect of this. Like, get out there, get your face seen. I think people want to trust the face of who they are, especially in your first couple shows. So if they see you, they see how you act. If they could get along with you, that goes a long way over social media.
And also keep in mind, to piggyback off what Josh said, was actually 100% accurate. But when they do sign up and they do pay their fee, and you see these at these people, you see them at the card shows, dab them up, say what's up to them. Remember,
don't just be like, okay, I got your money, that's all I needed. Like,
no,
right, like that.
Help them in any way, because those vendors notice that, they see that, like, oh man, he's not here just to, take my money and and take off. No, we want to help these vendors as much as they want to help us. You know what I mean? So we're building a relationship with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I mean, how many of the vendors have we said, hey, you guys got any of your flyers out? Like, we could pass them around at these shows or whatever.
Yeah.
What's interesting is most people don't have that. Most people don't have like business cards or flyers.
And that's what I ask when I go to the, hey, where's your flyers at? I'll pass them out. Give me your stickers. I'll pass them out, bro. I ain't, I ain't afraid of it, and they don't got them. But, a lot of these vendors are starting out, which I understand. Josh and I and Enrique in the same boat. We're starting out either on business or on a podcast, and we're just learning. So,
That makes me realize that the one thing that stuck out when I went with Joseph on one of those adventures was that one person that's moving shops, and you're offering like, hey, we may not have much, but let us know if we can help.
Yep. Stuff like I'm still in contact with her, and we grown up a good relationship. There
you go.
She might be a guest on the pod at some point.
Yeah.
Jumping into the next thing. So, I mean, vendors coming along, doing good. Now we're kind of prioritizing getting tickets sold. And I don't know if you want to talk about it.
Yeah. So right now, if you guys are not aware, we have pre-sale tickets on the hobbycircuit.com. So go ahead and go to your browser, put your credit card, boom, pay us. Get you in the door. Simple as that. No, but we're trying to get.
But we ain't dabbing you up afterwards.
But all seriousness, it's $5 pre-sale tickets. At the door is $10, and we're gonna take cash and we're gonna take card. So don't worry about that, guys. Also, tell a friend. I think it's what 12 and under is free. Josh, I can't remember on this one. The show.
I think we got it messed up, and we said.
12 and under.
We pretty much said if you're in school, you can come for free.
Yeah.
As long as it's not college.
That was a typo,
high
guys.
School and below. Yeah,
those are typos. No, just messing with you guys.
Yeah, we learned.
Yeah, we learned. 17 and under is free on the sports. Tell a friend. Please share. It's going to be at the Clovis Memorial Veterans Center. That's a Sunday, September 20th at the Hobby Circuit. Also, we're still taking vendors and pre-sale tickets for October 4th, which is our TCG show. Hit us up, DM us, sign a vendor form, find us anywhere, find Josh and Enrique. They know what to do. And let's make history, guys. Let's be a staple in the Central Valley.
Yeah. This one's been a little bit more difficult, I think, just because it's like with vendors, we know where to go to find them, right? We can find them on Instagram. We could go to card shows and find them. Getting people to come to the show as attendees is a little bit more difficult because you don't really, I mean, you can talk to the people at the card show. You don't really want to feel weird and like interrupt people from trying to find what they want to buy and stuff. So it's a little bit more of a give and take with that. But getting out there, like putting your flyers at other card shops, going to places that have bulletin boards, schools. I mean, going to the mall, handing out stuff at the mall. It's been a lot more difficult to get this one done. So along the same lines as getting vendors in, if you're thinking about doing this, I think from day one, you need to focus on getting attendees. Like, vendors are important, and I said that in maybe our first 1 or 2 episodes. But getting attendees is the hardest thing that I think we've been dealing with. Just because you don't know, like, people might have been taking the flyers and they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just go pay the $10 at the door," but
don't know that.
you don't know that, so it's been difficult. But I guess to jump into the last thing we're talking about with as far as business, and letting people know kind of the back ends of this, reaching out to celebrities or like getting sports guys, getting voice actors. I'm gonna let you guys know, if you don't have a large budget, don't even think about it. Or unless you got like the homie hookup, that you know somebody and be like, "Hey, you live in the same town as me. We'll work out a good deal that works for both of us." We reached out to get a voice actor for our TCG show, and I'm just gonna show you guys. Oh, not show you. I'm gonna tell you guys what was demanded for this person, and they weren't like a well known. They weren't super crazy in this business. I mean, they had a lot of voice acting roles, but it wasn't like a lot of well known roles. They wanted 1,500 in guaranteed sales in advance. They wanted you to pay 500 on the first week, and then the rest of it 30 days out. So that alone is like the price of our venue, in a sense. And that was just what they wanted for that. Then, because this person lived in another state, they wanted flights to and from, which is understandable, but they wanted economy plus, so it's going to be more expensive than just getting your regular ticket. They wanted a 4-star or better hotel with a king-size bed for 2 nights. Even though our event was only 1 night, they wanted both nights. They wanted $75 per day for per diem, and then 1 day for travel. They wanted $200 for their bags for transportation. They wanted at least 1 8-foot table. And lastly, they wanted a green room that had snacks, drinks, and water.
God.
So, like I said, this was a lower level person. I thought we'd be able to handle this. But when I totaled this stuff out, it was going to be like 3 to 4 times what we've spent on both of our shows.
And to clarify, this is nothing like negative. This is just to show.
I'm not like saying like I can't believe they're doing this. I'm just showing you what, like, if you're thinking about doing card shows and getting celebrities to your shows, these are what you're gonna
focus on what you can.
Yeah. Like, because I came into it thinking like, oh yeah, we should be able to get like at least like these people, right? Like, nah. So these are just like these hidden things that you're really kind of like, oh, I didn't realize that.
Things you got to think about.
Yeah. So that was just a little. So I don't think we're going to be getting celebrities anytime soon, but
no, I think we can get newscasters though. Not as much,
I think we try to hit up some of those homie hookups. Maybe get some of those new sports teams out here.
Yeah,
but
or some fighters, some
Yeah, so I mean, let us know. Like, I mean, we're pretty much done with the podcast now. Definitely went longer than what we wanted it to be. But let us know how you guys like this in like new format. I felt like we kind of stayed more on topics. We had our segments that we were talking about. Felt less shoot from the hip type of scenario. Definitely, like we said at the beginning, let us know what you guys like us talking about, what you don't like us talking about. If there was other segments in the past that you enjoyed, like when we made Joseph tried to guess Pokemon, or Enrique tried to guess sports.
Hot takes.
Like our hot takes.
Yep.
Everybody hated our hot takes, but loved them at the same time. If there's stuff like that you like to see, just like let us know in the comments. Let us know in the reviews of whatever you watch us at. We definitely, since we're newer, we haven't been set in our ways. So we'll definitely take some of your guys' feedback a lot more than if it's down the line, I think. But I mean, that's all I got. I don't know if you guys got anything else you want to say.
Nah, just hit those pre-sale tickets, guys. Do me a favor. Also, give me do us another favor, us three. Like, subscribe, comment, and review on anything we are doing on any platform you're listening to this: Facebook, Twitter, X, Threads. I mean, please, we need the feedback. This is how we're gonna grow.
Yep. Enrique?
Was it similar? Just got to get those tickets. If you guys see us out in the shows, don't be afraid to say hi. Just say what's up. Just like how we'll dab you up, dab us up if you want to. Yeah.
Did you bring the crowds? They're gonna start hiring you, Enrique. You're gonna be their celebrity.
I'm
I'm gonna be like,
chilling,
damn,
vibing
Josh, I
with
told him
people.
we should have signed him to a contract.
we got him to a nice record deal. He'll be at 3 of our shows.
Yeah.
But all right.
That's it.
Later,
Yep,
guys.
until
See you at the next one,
Until
man.
the next podcast. Yep. Later.
Yep. See it.